Hello bookworms! Today I'm going to be doing my August book haul. As I tell you every month, there are a lot of books, and this month is no exception. So I'm going to show them to you. Actually, before I get into the books, I did want to tell you guys, I mean, you all know how obsessed I am with bookish candles. Like, it's kind of a problem at this point. I have a spreadsheet for them. Alexa and I both made them, so good way to keep track. But anyway, before I get into the books, I just wanted to tell you guys about a new candle shop that has opened, which is Canterbury Road Co. She's been around for a couple of months now, and she made me some custom candles that I am obsessed with. And I also got a whole bunch of other ones too, but I'm just going to show you the ones that I got that were custom made for me, and I'm actually going to show the other ones in the vlog that I'm filming of this weekend, which I'm not sure if that will be up first or afterward, so we'll see. She made me candles for the Magicians series, which I am so excited about because I've never seen anybody do Magicians candles. So this one is Fillory, and it smells like the forest, the sea, and fresh air. And then this one is Break Bills, and this one smells like old books, coffee, and magic. But yeah, I just wanted to alert you to her shop because it's new and it's great, and she's very quick with shipping. She is a lovely person to work with, and I highly recommend the candles from her shop. And next, I just wanted to show you a couple of bookish goodies that were sent to me by Flatiron Books. The first one being this beautiful arc of the Hazelwood, which I did show in my other vlog, but I just wanted to highlight it again here because this cover is like to die for. And it's also one of the first times that I really like the US cover better than the UK cover, which almost never happens. If you could see the bookmark that's in it right now, I'm pretty far into it. I would go so far as to say that this is going to be one of my favorite books of the year. It is really dark, really twisted. It's a fairy tale, and it follows a girl whose grandmother is famous for writing a book of very dark fairy tales, but it's completely out of print, and her grandmother passes away, and then her mother gets kidnapped. Andrew made fun of me for saying she gets stolen in another video, but her mother gets kidnapped, and then Alice has to go and try to save her mom and get her back from the hinterland, which is the dark world that should be fiction but isn't. It's a really, really good read. It comes out in January of this year, and they sent me this book. They sent me an Into the Hazelwood bookmark. It has the book on the back too. I'm up to chapter 25, and I'm gonna finish this book as soon as I finish filming this video. They also sent me this very cute tote bag that has the cover on it, which I'm going to be bringing to book signings with me. And they also sent me a little snow globe that says Girls Made of Snow and Glass to go along with Girls Made of Snow and Glass, which is another book that I have talked about a lot recently on my channel. And now for the other books. So first I have The Last Magician by Lisa Maxwell. This book is a time-traveling magic book, and it has a lot of characters, so the beginning can be a little bit confusing, but the story is definitely really intriguing. It follows a girl named Esta who needs to go back in time and steal this really powerful book from this magician in order to save the world. And I've read the first 100 pages of it, and the story is very intriguing, and I'm looking forward to finishing it up probably this month. Then I have The Dazzling Heights by Katherine McGee, and this is the second book in the 1000th Floor series. This is the sequel to the first one, so I can't say too much about the synopsis, but this series is a futuristic sci-fi novel, but it is very similar to like a Gossip Girl or Pretty Little Liars type series, but in the future with really fun and cool bits of technology. So I really enjoyed reading the first one. I know this one also begins with a death, and there's an added perspective in this book that wasn't in the first one. So I'm really looking forward to reading this one. I feel like this will be a really quick one that I will probably just fly through. Then Disney Books was kind enough to send me a finished copy of The Dreadful Tale of Prosper Redding, which is by Alexandra Bracken. It's a middle grade novel, and I've really wanted to read it because everybody just keeps talking about how it is like the ultimate Halloween novel. The finished book is really pretty too. This actually comes out this Tuesday. I'm not sure if this video will be up before it comes out. This book actually has like my favorite end papers of all time. I love these portraits. I think they're so cool, and like the spider webs that are on the wall. I actually posted a photo of this on my Instagram account, and Disney Books reposted my photo, which was like so cool. That was really exciting. But I'm really excited to read this one. It follows a a boy named Prosper Redding who is dealing with this curse because of something that one of his descendants did in the past. So it sounds really good. It definitely sounds like the perfect like September, October read because I just want all the like spooky autumnal things in my life. So I'm really excited about this one. Then I have The Hearts We Sold by Emily Lloyd Jones, and this was the Owl Crate exclusive book of the month. I know that it is a paranormal novel. I'm not really too sure what the story is beyond that, but it sounds interesting. I really like that they used the red font instead of the white font on this cover because Owl Crate's been doing exclusive covers in their boxes, which have been really cool. This also looks like it's going to be a little bit spooky, so it might be a thing that I pick up soon. Then Quirk Books sent me a copy of Paperbacks from Hell by Grady Hendrix, which I've been really looking forward to reading. I just feel like this is going to be such a fun book because Grady went and he found all of these like hilarious covers of like really cheesy horror novels from the 70s and 80s, and then this whole book is him like dissecting those covers in his really humorous voice. So it sounds like it's going to be great. Just to give you like so you can see what it's like. This book has a lot of photos in it, so it's definitely going to be a quick read, but I am someone that loves book covers and I also love cheesy horror, so I feel like this book was made for me, and I'm really looking forward to going through and just laughing at all of the horrendous covers, and there will probably be some good ones in there too. Might even end up scaring myself since it's all horror, but I'm really excited about this one. Should I show you my pretty classics or should I show you the fantasy novels that I picked up this month first? I'm gonna show you the classics because that will be quick. So firstly, I am so excited because I finally picked up my first copies of books in the Penguin Drop Cap series, which I have been lusting after since they were first released. I hadn't ever gotten any of them, but I've always wanted to have this full collection because I think it would be like every single book lover's just dream to have this full alphabet on their shelves. It's so beautiful. I love all of the colors. I just think everything about it's so well done. I love all the artwork on the covers. And they're just so bright and pretty and colorful, and I'm so drawn to them. I'll show you in alphabetical order the ones that I got. So first I got Madame Bovary. Then I got An Artist of the Floating World by Kazuo Ishiguro, and I've really been wanting to read one of Kazuo Ishiguro's books, so this one's actually relatively short, so this one will probably be the first one that I read. Then I got Moby Dick by Herman Melville, and I got this one for a number of reasons. The first one being, I spent my birthday in a seaport town in Connecticut, and there was a lot of Moby Dick stuff, and I was like, I should read Moby Dick. I haven't read that. I don't know if or when I will read this, but also this is probably one of my favorite colored books that is in the series. So this one I was really drawn to. Oh, also the pages are colored too. So you know that that's one of the things that I just cannot resist. And lastly, I got Candide or Optimism by Voltaire, and I have read this book already. I read it like a bunch of years ago and I really enjoyed it. I thought it was really funny. It's another one that's really short, and this is probably one of my favorite classics just because of how hilarious it is. So if you're looking for a classic, I would definitely recommend this one. And since I have started my collection of these now, I feel like I'll build it more because I'm gonna be like, I need them all. Then I got this fun little series of 4 books. I actually had seen them in a window at a bookshop in Connecticut on that same birthday weekend, but sadly the bookstore closed by the time we finished eating our Mystic Pizza, so we weren't able to go inside, but I saw them like from afar and I was like, I have to find those. So I did. So first I have Walden by Henry David Thoreau. Each of these books is definitely like heavily focused on nature, and I really like the covers. I think they're really simplistic and really pretty. Then I have Leaves of Grass by Walt Whitman, Roughing It by Mark Twain, and Travels in Alaska, which I thought was very appropriate since I just got back from Alaska recently. And now I can move on to the big stack of fantasy books that I got this month. So the first one that I have is The Fifth Season by N.K. Jemisin. I'm so excited to read this one. It is on my September TBR and I am like dying to read it pretty much. It's an adult fantasy novel, and as I said in my TBR video, I really don't know too much about the plot, but this first book won a Hugo Award in 2016 and then the second one won the Hugo Award in 2017. So that's a pretty good streak that N.K. Jemisin's got going there, and I need to know what this is all about. Then I picked up a copy of Practical Magic by Alice Hoffman. I actually read this book when I was in middle school, if you can believe that. That was a really long time ago. But I remember really enjoying it. And I also remember the boys in my art class stealing the book from me and of course finding like the really inappropriate sex scene. So funny in 8th grade. This book always just reminds me of that. Alice Hoffman is actually coming out with a sequel to Practical Magic. And I was like, what? I want to read that, but first I should reread this one since it's been so many years. So picked myself up a copy. Then Alexa was so kind as to get me Monstrous by Marjorie Liu. She got this for me for my birthday, and I'm really, really excited to read this one. This is a graphic novel, and the second volume, I'm not sure if the second volume is out or if it's coming out soon, but I know Alexa really enjoyed it, so I feel like I will as well. The next book that I got, I'm so excited about. It's called Lost Boy by Christina Henry, and it follows Captain Hook, and it's really like it gets into like the dark side of Neverland because there are a lot of like really dark things that are implied in the original Peter Pan tale that were very much Disney-ified, and I feel like that's the version that has stuck with people, but it's kind of dark and I love it. So I'm really excited to read this one. I love like just the back of it got me so excited, which I'm not going to read because I don't like when people read synopses like straight off of a book cover in a book haul. But I really, really think that this one is going to be very good because it follows Hook. It explores Hook's relationship with Peter when Peter brings him to Neverland. I'm also really excited to go back to Neverland, and I just feel like this one's going to be really fun and like just to go back there. Then I got 2 really pretty editions of Neil Gaiman books. The first one being Stardust. This is one of my favorite novels. I really, really like this one. It follows a boy who is in love with this girl in this really small town, and he makes a deal with her that if he goes and brings her this fallen star that fell beyond this wall that the people in his town are not allowed to cross. So if he goes and brings that star back for her, then she'll marry him. It's just such a fun, fantastical story, and it's like a coming of age novel, and there's a whole other subplot that's going on with people that live beyond that wall, and it's really, really good. Then I also got this really nice slipcase edition of Coraline by Neil Gaiman, which was one of the first books of his that I read and I loved, and this like sold me on him as a writer, and I have since read like almost everything that he's written. So the book actually comes out, and then on here it actually says that it's the 10th anniversary edition, but I really like that artwork. I think it's it's Chris Rodell that did the illustrations for it. I know that there is an edition of Neverwhere that matches this, so I'm probably gonna have to get that really soon so that they go together. Then, as you know, I am somebody that collects multiple editions of books that I really love, like books that are my all-time favorites. So I realized that I only have one edition of The Name of the Wind and quickly remedied that. So I got the UK paperback version. I got this one off of Book Depository, and I really love this cover. I actually wish that this was hardcover just because I think that this is my favorite cover of any of the different versions that I've seen so far, although the 10th anniversary edition that's coming out in October is also up there. Then I also got the second book, The Wise Man's Fear, in the UK paperback edition, and the novella, The Slow Regard of Silent Things, in the UK paperback edition. And I got The Name of the Wind in the hardcover edition. I think this is the US hardcover edition. I have an older US hardcover edition that has a very different cover, and I even like this cover better than the one that I have because that's why it took me so long to read that book, because I hated that cover, but I'm so glad that I got past that because this is one of my favorite books of all time. Then I can't remember if I put this in my last haul or not, but it was in my haul pile, so maybe I didn't. And it is The Dark Arts, a movie scrapbook, and goes along with all of the Harry Potter movie books that I have, so I needed to add that to my collection. I also got a really cute edition of Sleepy Hollow, which came in the Owl Crate box along with The Hearts We Sold. I got the first bind-up of Avatar: The Last Airbender comics. This story arc is called The Promise, and I believe there are 3 volumes that are collected in this one like big hardcover library edition, and I need to read it before I read The Search, which is the one that I really want to get to. So I actually might read this weekend. This was in my pile too, but my sister-in-law and brother-in-law gave me a birthday gift, and they got me this beautiful fox notebook that I'm obsessed with because if you don't know, foxes are my favorite animal in the world. Like, I love foxes so much, and every time that I see a fox thing, I'm like, I need it. I need it. I need it. I need it. So as soon as I opened this, I almost felt like I was going to start crying. I was like, oh, you know me so well. I just love it. It's a notebook, so there's nothing like inside of it. It also has blue pages, and I just can't wait to like write in it. I might use this as my like book where I keep all of my booktube ideas and just keep it on my desk so that I can admire this beautiful fox every day. And then finally, the last couple of books that I have to show you are adult fiction, and they're historical fiction. I'm not going to go into the synopsis for each one, but there are two book bloggers, Kelly and Hannah, who did this week-long series on their blogs about how much they love Beatrice Williams, and I've always been intrigued by Beatrice's covers. I've always wanted to read one of her books, but after hearing how much the two of them love them, I was like, you know what? I'm gonna get it for you. You guys have inspired me. So I got 100 Summers, and the next three that I got are actually a companion trilogy, but I don't know the order that they go in. So one is Along the Infinite Sea, another one is The Secret Life of Violet Grant, and this one is Tiny Little Thing. And the companion novels I know follow three sisters, so each book is about a different sister. And then 100 Summers is a little bit different, and that one always sounded the most intriguing to me, and that cover always called to me the most, so that's why I went with these four to start. And then if I love them, I will continue reading the rest of her work as well. So that's finally all the books that I have to show you, and let me know if you have read any of these, if you're excited to read any of these, if you got any really cool books in August. I know there's like not too many new releases in August, but September, my pre-order list is like off the charts. So I'm gonna have a lot to show you next month too, but it'll be more new books as opposed to older books. That's all that I have for this video, and I will see you guys soon in a new one. Bye!